Tier 3v3 Meridian High City blue team. We've got Made in England plays an Eldar Warlock melee commander with great disruption and mobility, can also tank damage with the right war gear. Alongside its champ plays a Chaos Sorcerer offensive and disruptive commander, lots of great abilities, can manipulate and generally annoy everything, starts out in melee combat. And rounding out the blue team is this fellow whose name was made up of Korean characters, so they won't show in game for me. I did feed them into Google Translate and it came up with something to do with ginseng taste. So hopefully it's nothing too mental, and they said it should be pronounced Sansamasku. So that's what we'll go with, at least it gives me something to say. A Force Commander then, Blood Ravens, very good offense, can also tank, disrupt and support with buffs, fights in melee combat. And red team, handsome sodding Superman is a Grey Knight Brother Captain durable commander that walks through cover and cannot be suppressed, very good offense and support fights in melee combat. Not using the correct scheme, Mr. Handsome, shame on you. And alongside him is Shas'el Doran'ro as a Lord General, fights range combat, has a retinue to help him out, begins with 2 Stormtroopers, but he can add to it. Very good defense and support, has some amazing buffs. Shooting at a Sorcerer there, and rounding out the red team we have Sneery Thug, very good name for an Orc, but he's playing a Force Commander. Meridian High City then, natural VP for blue team towards the southeast, natural for red team towards the northwest, and they contested in this raised central area which sees a lot of action towards the late game, especially. Doom bolts on those guardsmen, but they tank the damage. They have a sergeant, so do these guys. You have a sentinel in between, already has ground pound on the way. Handsome with a strike squad, heavy infantry, good both melee and range combat, exchanging bolts of fire with those tactical marines and forced them off. Didn't want to fight that brother captain. Sansamasku's Force Commander is also back at base. Chaos Sorcerer taking a lot of damage here, but does get away. He should anyway. He's got CSM in between 2 heretic squads, already has some grenade launchers up. Here come Banshees in front of flank, nicely done by Made in England. You can get some very nasty flanks on this map, and he's forced off those guardsmen. Flanks usually become more and more difficult as the game goes on this map especially. Just so much stuff can be stacked up in the mid. They have the aspect of fleetness already, allows them to jump over cover, as you can see. They lost the model there though. Heretics need to back away. Sentinel taking shots. Dire Avengers with their aspect for Made in England. He has another squad as well coming out of base. Shotgun blast on the Banshees, needs to retreat. These guys, Force Commander of Sneery Thug is in amongst them with that 40 DPS chainsaw that he starts with. And these tactical marines get caught. They're going to lose at least one more model, I think. Banshee's so good at chasing, especially alongside a Warlock with his swift movement global, but looks like they will get away without another loss. Very lucky tactical marines, 2 squads with 65 hit points. Here comes Shas'el, pretty solid Lord General player, usually gets a big nasty range block going, supported by Lord General buffs. We'll see what he does in this game. Dire Avenger with a grenade on the Lord General's retinue, and they take out one of the members. Some nice grenade launcher disruption from the heretics on the guardsman blob, and they are forced off. Sentinel's going to get a stomp, knock back a little bit of damage and a stun. Very good disruption early on for the Imperial card. But blue team retain mid, they are taking a natural back as well, thanks to Sansamasku, or whatever his name is. Tactical Marines and a heavy bolter devastator squad forcing off the brother captain. In fact, he just uses the other hammer and backs away. He has the Nemesis Force Sword, 40 DPS power melee as you can see there, and improves his Weird Hammer ability, increasing it to 25% damage resistance from 15 and plus 1.5 speed up from +1, and I believe it lasts longer as well, 25 seconds or something, which is nuts. He has interceptors on the field, jump troop with an instant teleport, which makes a huge amount of difference in their usability and their performance. Do not begin with any kind of disruption, but in tier 2 they can get the Justicar, and they get that instant teleport with that area of effect disruption, and they become incredibly dangerous if you upgrade them and keep them alive. Assault Marines on the field for Sansamasku. He's gone for a 1-1-1 build. Bit of a lull in the action as red team take mid. Tactical Marines with a flamer up for Sneery Thug, and the Warlock gets his crazy special, knocking Marines left and right as that merciless switchblade top tier weapon in tier 1, I think. 489, 329, Dire Avengers. Without an aspect, these guys looks like they are going to take cover here, try and get some shots off, get damage whenever you can. Assault Marines are going to jump them. And that's actually good, I think, for Made in England. He's wasted his jump pretty much on a single squad there. Banshees coming in, and Shuriken also helping to force off the blob. Do have shotgun scouts, so Banshees will need to be careful with shotgun scouts and that force commander disruption around, especially with a flamer backing it up. Kicking off in mid though, interceptors going after the sorcerer who was stomped in the face. Can they take him down? Assault Marines jumping in. You see that instant teleport away from the interceptors. It doesn't have any minimum range as well, which means that they can disrupt from close range with their teleport in tier 2. And you see HandS0mE supporting their energy management with the Canticle of Absolution, which is an awesome ability in tier 1. And that was a heal. I think that was, yes, Shas'el gave them a medical pack from his sergeant retinue member. Really good ability. Pretty much an auto buy, I think, for most Lord General players. Really, really useful, especially with Catechans. And here they are. Very versatile squad. Can disrupt, counter melee. Pretty good damage output as well. And they can also support with a smoke grenade, reducing damage. 462, 321. Assault Marines in amongst the Warlock, and he will do pretty well against them unless they get a special attack, as they did there. The Merciless Switchblade does help him perform pretty damn well against Assault Marines, especially if he has an armor upgrade, which he doesn't have right now. He's still level 1 as well. Katachan grenade launcher disrupts some shuriken cannon models, but not the shuriken cannon itself. Force one of those just walks in for Sneery Thug with the Iron Halo up. What's going on mid? Wow! Double grenade launchers killing about 6 or 7 guardsmen there, I think. Katachans using their heal. We do have the Sword of Flame up for the Sorcerer, and he has Vestments of the Warp. There's a Stomp. Sentinel maybe overextending here a bit. He's relying on forcing off Champ's army right now, I think, unless, yeah, I think the Sentinel's going to go down. Didn't force them off. Just forgot about them perhaps, and down it goes. Shotgun. Scouts might have got the last hit. 410, 321. Does he replace his Sentinel? I don't think so. He's replacing his Guardsman. Gone into tier 2. In fact, all players in tier 2. SoddiNg had a Razorback queued up but cancelled it. Sorcerer retreats. Lord General lost all of his retinue members. That's the bad thing about retinue members. You have to rebuy them constantly. They are reasonably cheap though for an accessory compared to other accessories, but the fact that they can bleed you does counteract that. He's reinforcing his retinue, and he's gone for the flak jacket. Damage reduction, very powerful. 398, 321. Our attack's going to be suppressed. They are not. Scouts are forced off. Pretty nice back and forth in the north. And look at that Flamer do its work to those Dire Avengers. Banshee's coming in. No, Sneery Thug has spotted it and is backing off, and that's good play. If he just retreated right off, they might have gone the other way and lost models, maybe even wiped. But he ran them around and then retreated. Assault Marines jumping in. There's the suppression from the Warshout on the Howling Banshees. Merciless Strike though really evens up that fight between Assault Marines and Banshees. And Banshees are in trouble here. Shuriken sets up. Assault Marines don't have the energy to jump. They need 55 energy to do so, down to 30 odd there. So he didn't want to wait around for the energy to regenerate. 393, 313. SoddiNg goes for a Whirlwind and is capping his natural victory point back. Interceptors do have their Justicar. He has a power melee weapon. They're also getting a Nemesis focus. We're going to see their health jump up to 1760. There it is. There's the Canticle with the energy support. And Purifiers on the field. Always love to see these guys out. Power melee weapons. The Justicar has a heavy melee Demon Hammer. They have the longest charge range in the game and a big chunk of hit points at 2050. Psychic Field also. Running into Devastators here, who don't suppress them. There's the suppression. There's the Psychic Field doing plasma damage per second, which increases the longer it's there. Might lose a model, the Devastators. They do, in fact. 389, 271. There's the crack grenade on the Whirlwind, and I think I've got a rear armor hit. It's a triple for blue. Shas'el Hasn't got anything else out in tier 2 unless he did and he lost it and I didn't see. Interceptors having to reinforce their Justicar there. I think they have fully upgraded then. They have their grenades, gives them psych out and crack. Psych out drains energy from enemies. I think it's free to use. I don't need to use energy to use that. Does it disrupt as well? It might. I think the crack grenade actually disrupts infantry. It doesn't say it on the tooltip, so I could be wrong. The Wraith Lord on the field for Made in England. Really strong currently, I think, as the shoulder mounted shuriken, which does an insane amount of DPS, around 46 piercing. And he's, yeah, forcing off Sneery Thug. 1-to-1 cap. Dar Avengers decapping red team's natural. It's going to be a 2-to-1 all said and done, I think, because 산삼맛쿠우 is taking his natural back. Champ with the Chaos Dreadnought that you saw there has double Tzeentch shrines in mid. Nice to see some shrine play, I should say. There's a medical bunker, you can tell because of the health regen aura on all of these guards on, so they can reinforce off it. And they have their commissar, so they are reinforcing 3 at a time. 389 222 Banshees running in. They have their X up, but they lost a ton of models and are forced off. Bang! Wow, that was a single hit by the Wraith Lord, killed about 50 million guardsmen there. Lord General has his sniper rifle, so he might be looking to get some stormtroopers up. 389 194. The Lord General alongside Kasrikin, by the way, is a very, very scary thing. He has his melter guns or his sniper rifle. Wow. Nice destructor on those Inquisitorial stormtroopers. They need to run away here, and they do run away. Dire Avengers, if they were paying attention, could have finished them off. Purifier's going after the Dreadnought. Wraith Lord is there. Big engagement here. Blue team perhaps overextending a little. Gonna lose their Dreadnought, I think. That's the crack grenade, yeah. And as you can see, they knocked down the allied Purifiers. And there's Flesh Over Steel. Wasn't even needed, but down goes the Dreadnoughts. So this Wraith Lord's in trouble. We have Power Fist Force Commander for Sneery Thug. Purifier's chasing it down. That crack grenade, which is going to recharge in 50 seconds or so. 389 161. Can it get away? This is a creeping barrage from Shas'el. Global ability of... No, it's not. Yes, it is. I thought that was a rocket run coming in. Gonna say, is he tier 3? No, he's not. That was a Hell Fury coming in alongside the creeping barrage, and a bunch of stuff died. Banshee's now moving in, going after the Force Commander. There's the War Shout. Can they chase him down? They should be able to. Yes, they do. The Assault Marines having to jump out. There's an Assault Cannon Dreadnought getting shots in now, helping to suppress those Banshees, as you saw there. And a Las Cannon Heavy Weapon Squad. This Wraith Lord really is in trouble. As he leveled, almost. That's the Circle of Summoning by the Chaos Sorcerer. Spitting out Bloodletters also allows the Sorcerer to reinforce his infantry around it for the duration. 389 131. Don't think that affects allies, pretty sure it doesn't. Lord General reviving the Force Commander of Sneery Thug, and he's leveled to 4. 산삼맛쿠우 is level 2, has Thunderhammer, Artificer Armor, and Iron Halo, so he's a tanky, destructive build. Interceptors chasing down scouts, finishing them off. Did I see an energy burst there? No, I didn't. Interceptors at Strat Squad, sorry, are back at base. We have a Psy Cannon. Now the Warlock having a word with these interceptors. Are they going to get away? Really strangely spread out there, wow. Wraith Lord's been snared by something. It's going to kick off in mid, I think. Plasma Cannon Devastators for 산삼맛쿠우 are setting up. He's replacing his scouts and has some Stern Guard veterans on the field. First Company, Tactical Marines that can change their ammo type to face all targets, and Banshee's running in. This is not a good choice. Katichin's right there, lost a big chunk of health. He of course didn't know what was there in its entirety even. And there's the Dark Flames from the Chaos Sorcerer. Did the Banshees get away? They did not. Made in England, taking tons of losses. 389 91. Red team can mount a comeback here. Wraith Lord goes down, Las Cannon shot finishing it. And he's buffing that Las Cannon with the fire on my target. 1-to-1 cap. Purifiers forced to retreat, yes. But they retain all of their models. Force Commander chasing them. Can he get a model? No. Whirlwind, where is it? It's at the bottom of the stairs getting shots. But the captain lives, does he? He's fully kitted out now. Mantle of Terror and the teleporter pack. Force Commander in amongst interceptors again. But they force him off. 385, 91. Assault Marines trying to take their natural back here. He really has put pressure on that Handsome. Ouch, crack grenade on the rear armor of the Whirlwind, knocking down those scouts as well. 376, 91. Here's the stand firm, that blue buff, and you see the fire on my target yellow buff as well on his Catachans. Level 3 Catachans, they're doing very well. They have their Sarge as well, who has a melter gun. You see him there with the red cap in the middle. Now they're infiltrated because they're idle. 364, 91. Non-stop action in the mid. Here's the Warlock coming back out. He's level 3, has a D cannon. Usually does very well on this map, D cannons. Interceptor's getting a bit close to the Warlock. He didn't want to lose a model, so retreats them out. And red team in control because blue team overextended a couple of times. Needlessly lost that dreadnought. You can still see the sarcophagus there. And they lost so much stuff. Made in England has some Wraith Guard now with a Warlock leader up. Gives them the Wraith sight so they can move a bit quicker. The Warlock himself would also give them that if he's close enough. 339, 91, 2-to-1 cap for red. They should be able to push on and take this now. They're tier 3, 2 of them are tier 3 in a way. Sneery Thug has a dreadnought out with that assault cannon almost level 2. That las cannon team who took down that Wraith Lord. We do have this bunker, but I think it's too far away to support stuff that's up here. We'll need to back off to get reinforcements. 322, 91, 2-to-1 cap for red, and they should be able to hang on to this. Maybe a couple of the players should come and put some pressure on this VP, try and split blue team up a bit. Sorcerer has the Icon of Tzeentch, which can be incredibly nasty against light infantry, low model, high model, low HP squads, I should say, such as the Guardsmen. Plasma cannon is set up. Whoa, Wraith Guard getting a volley or two on the dreadnought. There's the plasma cannon going in. Wraith Guard doing huge amounts of damage to all targets if they can hit it. Kind of a short range artillery unit. They also suppress infantry with their shots and can't be suppressed themselves. So really good at taking down turrets and stuff. 293, 91. HandS0mE is putting pressure on blue team's natural. Thunderhammer Force 1 doing his best to deter them. That awesome disruption that the Thunderhammer gives you. Was that a psych out grenade there? I assume it was. Strike squad getting caught by bloodlayers, which is not what they want. And they're going to catch. Oh, they should have gone after the interceptors. I think they went after the purifiers instead. 266, 91. Wraith Guard shooting the crap out of Guardsmen and Catachans. Catachans not losing a model from that exchange. Whirlwind has been used reasonably well, I think, by SoddiNg. Has the Hunter Killer missile, which can put a bit of pressure on his dreadnought. Now Marco Tzeentch kills Space Marines shooting it up. They're level 3. There's a Basilisk Reaping Barrage again. Sneery Thug now goes tier 3. Shas'el is going to have a Baneblade soonish, in about a minute. Scouts need to run. Destructor couldn't quite finish them off. Seer Council is up though from Made in England. Awesome power melee squad that leap into combat and disrupt. They also passively buff nearby allies.
We have 200
not that
points remaining.
Fragile either. 500 hit points per model. It's only infantry armor, but that's not too bad given their mobility. They also have fleet. Red team in control though still. 185.91. SoddiNg has a lot of resources. He must be saving for a land radar. Could drop some Terminators, which might be useful. Drop assault Terminators right on this dreadnought, try and take it down, then try to start smacking on these setup teams. 163.91. Seer Council moving in. And there are assault Terminators called in by SoddiNg, but they're not going after the dreadnought. The Seer Council are though. 15591. And blue team should be capping mid. Wraithguard not doing anything. City Council chasing down a Dreadnought, doing soft anti-vehicle damage, we should say, with their power melee weapons. Not sure what their actual DPS is per model, but it's pretty beastly. Their leap also does a little bit of damage. 13291, single for red. The cannon is up, but here comes HandS0mE with a nasty flank. Look at this little melee blob he has. Grey Knight Terminators with that incinerator, purifiers and interceptors. That's looking nasty. If you can get a Terminator Librarian up, that would be nuts. Brother Captain is forced off, has that Nemesis Full Sword to support that block, as well as the Canticle of Absolution. 12391. Side Cannon Strike Squad level 3. This is a dead Whirlwind, Crack Grenade, and that Side Cannon damage, as well as the Grey Knight Terminators with those power melee weapons. 12386. G.U.G from Made in England, and I think it is over. Baneblade is up for Shas'el. Super unit for Imperial Guard pretty much counters everything at range, bristling with guns, and this is going to seal the fate of the blue team SoddiNg with some Vanguard veterans. 12384. Shas'el bunched up on these stairs. You can get caught on these stairs on this map and get nuked into oblivion. 11684. Lightning Claw Terminators now for SoddiNg, and they will help greatly versus HandS0mE's blob of melee death. But losing models here. Grey Knight Terminators backing away. They have that passive energy drain, of course, of nearby enemies, which is awesome. Vanguard veterans jumping into trouble. Vanguard veterans upgrading to their, or switching rather, to their Kraken bolts or Kraken bolts, as you meant to say, Indrid. 9684. Yeah, nothing they can do about the Baneblade. Ooh, big demolisher cannon. Responders down. So have some Chaos Terminators now, but they have their default Storm Bolters, so they don't want to fight Grey Knight Terminators. Red's game to lose, very much so, has been for a while. 82-84. Blue team hanging in. And there's an Eldritch. Awesome global for taking down vehicles, has hard stunned the Predator and the Baneblade, but blue team have conceded and red team take it. Blue team started well, just overextended a couple of times, and red team held firm. Shas'el able to save up and just go for a Baneblade. Did he get anything out in tier 2? I don't think he did. HandS0mE though, with a very heavy tier 2, with the fully upgraded purifiers, fully upgraded interceptors, and fully upgraded strike squad, who all did very well, put a lot of pressure on SoddiNg here. Sneery Thug solid in the north. The Dreadnought did very well, bit better than its level 2 suggests. A couple of good barrages, had a Predator at the end. Let's look at the commanders. Warlock, almost level 4, only had the Merciless Switchblade, and Warp Throw works so well on this map, but he was bled so much, couldn't quite get what he wanted to get, I don't think. Had a Fire Prism at the end. Champ level 2 Sorcerer, Icon of Tzeentch, Vestments of the Warp and Sword of Flame. SoddiNg was down at the end, but he had Thunderhammer, Artificer and Iron Halo. Brother Captain was level 4. Teleporter pack. Shas'el's Lord General level 6. And Sneery Thug's Force Commander level 5. Power Fist, Artificer and Iron Halo. Thanks for watching, guys. Hope you enjoyed it, and I'll see you next time.